Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon.
Walaikum assalam.
This is our third episode of the Intermart Global podcast, and today we have here a good friend and one of the leading consultants of Ellington, and also the top 3 broker of 2023. Thank you very much, Abdullatif, for joining us.
Most welcome. Thank you for your time.
Amazing. So first and foremost, Abdullatif, I would like to go in, if you can tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Basically, I'm a relationship manager at Ellington.
Mhm.
Full-time real estate, if I would say, helping my investor to make more money and making better decisions.
Amazing. And Ellington Properties, if you can give us a little bit about them, their background and what they do.
Ellington basically is one of the top leading developers in Dubai that focus hugely on quality, design, rather than quantity. And today we are everywhere in Dubai, I would say, and our name is always attached with quality and good design. That's why we have around 45 different nationalities as an owner in Ellington, and I would say 99.9% happy customers.
Wow, spectacular. Well, that's amazing to hear, and I'll definitely also be somebody that can definitely vouch for that as well, as I've had many investors that once they buy once, they'll definitely go back to buy again.
Exactly. This is always the case, like the first properties, then the second, third, like I've been seeing this journey around 5 years ago, that they buy the first property with Ellington, and because they have really good experience with us, from buying to renting to rebuying and everything, and then they become repeated customer of Ellington. And that's why we have a statistic with us that says 32% of Ellington customers are repeated customers.
Wow.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that we don't do much marketing, I would say. It's all about word of mouth.
Yeah.
Today you buy, then your friend, then you tell your friend, then your friend is happy, he tells his friend, family, and then they became like group of investor of Ellington.
It's fantastic. So it speaks for itself. Marketing
Exactly.
is not needed. Well, once person buys, goes through the experience, they'll love to scream it to the rest of the world.
Exactly. And always I say, when I see like a first time buyer of Ellington, I'll tell them you can go and ask everyone in the market. Like I've seen also some cases that they go to other developers, and the other developer confirms that yes, Ellington is one of the good developers on the market. And that's why I spent almost 4 years with Ellington.
Amazing, amazing. Well, of course, I've seen you've, alhamdulillah, done extraordinary things for the 4 years of being there.
Yes.
Going back before that, I've seen you've been in the real estate market for just under 10 years.
Yeah.
Your background is actually civil engineering.
Exactly.
What made you go from the engineering world to the world of real estate?
Oh, that's you touched my heart now. So basically, yes, I graduated as civil engineering. I work with one of the top leading developer as well that did almost every part of Dubai. Okay. And I was specialized in infrastructure engineering, basically. I love engineering. It's my passion. And eventually real estate is somehow linked with the construction, right?
Yeah.
So, but one of the reasons that I started doing more real estate investing is it was health issue, to be honest.
Okay.
Yes. In my previous job, it was all about site construction, and I have some back pain background, I would say, and due to a long period of working hours, it was affecting me more. But somehow I couldn't leave that part. Okay, I said, no, I have to be within the same field, basically. That's why I joined real estate investment. And because my own family also are like real estate investors, from like university days, I was managing their properties and renting, maintenance, selling them. So it was like full package, basically.
Yeah.
But honestly, that helped me a lot. When I was working in construction, basically, I noticed that I saw many practical things, okay? And then I somehow combined my experience in construction with real estate investment. So today, if I have client asking about technical thing with properties, I can answer that question.
Well, thank you very much for that insight. Of course, it's very interesting how life works out. The fact that, you know, you didn't have a plan to actually go into real estate, but as the unforeseen circumstances led you to go to real estate, and alhamdulillah, you know, now 10 years later, one of the top 3 brokers for Ellington. It's extraordinary how life works out. Going into that, when you first started real estate, what would you say was the misconception you had, or the most difficult thing that you was facing at the start?
Of course, every journey starts with challenges and difficulties, basically. I would say I thought the beginning will be much easier. It's like you do some calls, then you receive an inquiry, and then you show them, and then the deal is closed somehow. But then apparently it's not like this. You as a real estate agent, you have to be specialized in everything, basically. You have to be like a doctor. You need to ask them about their request, why they are buying, and all this stuff. And sometimes even you have to be a driver somehow, picking up from their hotels and then showing them the communities, take them to the developer office. So it's an A to Z. And then after all this, suddenly you notice that no, this is not what they want to buy. Many other stuff. And then of course it's when you buy a home, it's one of the biggest things that you do in your life, right? So some people, like, they hesitate a lot, and that was, for me, it was like, if you are not very ready, then why you did this request? So things like this, it was challenging and at the beginning, but then you get used to it, and the more knowledge you get, you will know better how to handle this type of situations.
Yeah, I totally agree. Of course, me being in the field as well, a lot of the people, especially in Dubai real estate, they think, you know, it's just glory and loads of money and easy work. But really and truly, the resilience and the, like you said, in the real estate world, you'll have to do 10 jobs all in one. And that there's no actual 100% gratification from that, because you don't know whether it will actually turn out to be a deal. So I totally agree with you. And I think the best and the biggest thing that is needed in this industry is definitely resilience, patience, and perseverance. What do you think?
Of course, you have to be patient, and and you have to handle this situation, basically. If you think you cannot wait, or it won't work. Believe me. Like, I remember I had to wait 1 year. Okay, literally, I did the follow-up 1 year with one of my clients, basically to convince him to buy. And when he bought multiple units. Okay, and then I saw that from this investment, he did really good money. He gained around 30% of his property on each property, basically. But it was 1 year, like, calling him on each launch, hello sir, how are you? Good. So we have this new project. He say no. Second time no. Third time no. I didn't give up, honestly. And I told myself, I'm gonna make him buy, basically. It worked, and now he's one of my repeated clients as well.
Amazing.
That buys only through the phone, and when I tell him buy, he will just buy.
Amazing.
But it didn't come from it didn't come just like this, you know. I had to do follow-up every 2 months, basically. And this is what I always say to my colleagues and friends. The key success here, one of the key success in our industry, is the follow-up. You have to follow up. If you don't, I'm sure if you go on your WhatsApp now, you scroll down, you will see some unread messages or WhatsApp or some request that was like 6-7 months ago, and you just forgot. But this guy is now ready. So
100 million%, definitely follow up is key, and it's all about, exactly as you said, relationship building. Right? So now, as you said, that client that now, you know, you give him a call and he buys, for the period of time that he saw you consistently following, consistently, he saw something in you that was like, this guy has something in him that I trust and I believe in. And after him taking that leap of faith, now you have a great relationship with him, great trust, and he
Exactly.
repeatedly buys purely because you made sure that you followed up, number one, and number two, you kept the good relationship.
Exactly. He experienced basically a journey that it was amazing for him.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the point basically.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And also, I know you're also multilingual. You know a couple of languages, am I right?
Yes, I speak more than one language.
Tell me, what language do you
course.
speak?
First Arabic,
Yeah.
English, Persian,
Okay.
yes, Farsi basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth one, it's close to Farsi somehow, which is Urdu.
Close to Farsi.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There are similarity basically. There are many similarity.
Oh.
So that's why I can connect with some Indian clients basically.
Okay. Interesting. Because I've got one of my very close friends is actually Persian as well, and I've got many Indian friends, and I actually never knew that their languages had any similarity. When I hear them, it sounds completely different.
It's there is, if you know the language, you will know that there are some similarities basically.
Amazing. How would you?
I learned Urdu, by the way, in my engineering constructions day basically. I was managing like a big group of I think it was around 70.
Mm-hmm.
And the head of that group was like, he wasn't speaking any Arabic or English. He was only Urdu guy basically.
Wow.
Then I had to communicate somehow to do some reports to my management.
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, this is not working. So I had to learn his language so to be able to connect with them. And then suddenly, I speak now four languages.
One word, and after
yeah, step by step. Torah.
So what makes you passionate and gets you motivated?
Basically, when I see the smile on my clients, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
like every time when we end up by like signing, and they actually tell me, before they leave, can we take a picture with you? That's really like motivates me more and more. And you cannot imagine like the smile of the person after buying, along with his wife, daughter. That's the goal basically. Happy customer.
I couldn't
And
agree
believe me,
more.
I wouldn't reach this point if I wasn't with Ellington basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because why they are happy? Because they did great, I would say, they did very good deal with Ellington.
Mm-hmm.
They bought something that they really can call it home.
Yeah.
Size-wise, quality-wise, facility. And yeah, like I would say always, out of 10 customer, I see 9 happy customer. Always there is
Of
10% unhappy, like this from God directly.
Yeah, this is humans, Even if everything is perfect, the human will find something that is wrong. So I totally agree with you. But why do you think that is specifically for Ellington? I know, of course, previously you touched on, it's a home, the quality, but generally else in the market, what really differentiates Ellington from everybody else?
I mean, you're also in the market, and I'm sure you've seen many other options, I would say.
Most definitely.
Okay, and we can both agree that Ellington is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like stepping through the office to actual building, you will see it's even the entrance itself has different vibe basically. Like for example, speaking of the entrance, if you enter one of our lobbies, you will notice that there is like a small art gallery in the lobby. And each art piece, it has like a barcode, so you can read about this specific art. So it's things like this. Like we created something called Ellington Art Foundation to support local artists as well.
Wow.
And like before each handover, we do like sort of competition between local investor, and the winner, we take his art piece or sculpture or whatever, and we put it in our lobbies as a first impression of the building.
Amazing.
Things like this.
Amazing. So as well as making clients money, as well as making clients happy for their end home, also giving back to the community.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Going into Dubai real estate market at a whole, of course, globally, Dubai is a place where a lot of people are investing. What differentiates Dubai real estate market compared to everywhere else?
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people, they know already Dubai real estate market is one of the best in the world, okay, for many reasons. It depends on type of customer, I would say. Like for many European, I would say tax free. You don't pay tax on property. This is a big advantage. Okay, and also the safety. These two, like, it's one of the most valuable thing in Dubai real estate market. And one of the main point as well is the transparency here in Dubai. Like, you can buy an off-plan project with full security insurance, because every off-plan project is registered already with the Dubai Land Department and attached with an escrow account, so investor will never lose their money. And also you can even do your own research and see like the recent transactions even live from Dubai Land Department. Things like this makes Dubai real estate different. Each developer is somehow monitored from Dubai Land Department. So with all the permits and OCs, then again the escrow account makes foreign investor feel more comfortable with Dubai real estate market. This is one thing. On the other side, a good ROI in Dubai, like ROI wise between 7 to 9%. Capital appreciation depends on the area, of course, but somewhere around 30% on an average area. It goes up to even 150%. So number wise, okay, and also the procedure of buying, it's much easier compared to many other major cities. And I'm sure you are specialized in UK property, so you can tell the audience as well maybe some difference.
Yeah, definitely. And what I would say is, of course, the UK is a complete different market, right? The population is not even a third of the population for Dubai. But as you said, of course, Dubai is a thriving economy. It's a global hub, in terms of a lot of people that are traveling from the UK and going to Africa or Asia. A lot of the time they stop off in Dubai. And I would say the biggest perks, as you said, security, especially coming born and raised in London. And the comparison to London and Dubai security is 1 to none. And number 2, of course, is definitely tax-free. All right. With that being said, should you be a savvy investor investing in the UK, there are a lot of loopholes that you can go through and still make sure that you get a very good investment out of the UK.
Of course.
Another question that I have in relation to the Dubai real estate market, what is something that you would change?
I mean, like, and this is a big topic now, but personally, if I want to change something in Dubai real estate, it's only when you resell your unit or your property or whatever, you have to go to trustee office, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And in trustee office, basically, the person has to be there or a POA. I just want, if somehow like change this, all right, that even the resale can be done as easy as an off-plan, okay, this will be great. This is the only thing that I would...
That's it. Apart from that, perfection.
Exactly. It's perfect. Dubai is always perfect.
Amazing. All right. So, of course, top brokers for Ellington last year, I'm sure you've seen numerous of success stories.
Yes.
What would you say is the biggest success story you have seen until date?
I just remembered one of my friend that he was a tenant. Okay, and the idea of buying real estate came from me basically to him. I said, till when you want to be a tenant? It's already been like around 3-4 years a tenant, you're just paying rent. He said, well, I cannot. I said, no, you can. It's just about to find the right payment plan for you. A year later, now he's one of real estate investor and owner of one of Ellington homes, basically.
Beautiful.
So yes, from a tenant to owner, that's one of the success story that I saw.
Amazing. So seeing somebody close.
And now he's also a real estate broker, by the way. Yes, he's
done
also
the 360.
consulting exactly other
Okay.
people to join his journey, basically.
Through seeing your vision
Exactly.
and through see your
Exact-
process
Exactly.
for the past decade.
Exactly.
He's firstly saw the opportunity in investing with something like Ellington.
Yes.
I'm sure he's seen great returns. And they
Exactly.
said, you know what, this is a market I also want to get into too.
Exactly.
And I'm sure he's doing very well having you as a mentor.
Yeah. Not me specifically, but it's maybe it's a vision that he saw somehow in me.
Mhm.
Okay, and then now he's now also one of the top brokers in the market. So I'm really grateful that I've seen this from a tenant to a person that leads other people to buy
Mhm.
properties in Dubai.
Amazing. Amazing. So, aside from Dubai real estate, what's something that people would be surprised to know about yourself?
Well,
Anything. Could be anything.
could be anything.
Anything.
I'm a crazy driver. I remember this story that so my client said how long it will take me to reach Maidan District 11.
Okay.
I told him 8 minutes.
Mhm.
He said, "You sure?" I said, "Yes, I'm sure." But he said, "Google says 20 minutes." I said, "That's Google, not Abdullatif." Okay. I said,
Michael Schumacher.
"Okay." I said, "Okay, let's go." So I took him with me.
Yeah.
All right. Then we started to drive.
Mhm.
We reached Al Maidan exactly 7 minutes.
Wow. With no speeding tickets.
2 speed tickets. But it's fine.
There's always a cost. Right?
Always a call.
Amazing.
The guy was shaking when he reached, basically.
I can imagine. But he was safe. He made it safe.
Yeah, I made it safe. Don't worry.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
1,000
But
dirham
two
fines,
things-
but
Yeah, no,
It's
1,200. 600 plus 600.
oh wow.
Yes.
Oh wow. But what are the common nationalities that you've seen invest in Dubai this year?
Recently, honestly, I've seen a lot of people from Europe,
Mhm.
okay, and specifically from UK.
Okay.
Yeah, like mostly like London side, I would
Mhm.
say. Okay, and the reason that they are investing is that they want to set up a new life permanently, I would say, also in Dubai,
Mm.
and that's why they come and inquire some properties. And speaking of UK, I think you're also expert in UK, right?
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you. Even like a lot of my investors that have invested and have huge portfolios in the UK, they're looking to purchase in Dubai, diversify their portfolio. And secondly, just as you said, potentially for a second home or even to fully relocate.
So is Dubai cheaper than UK?
Cheaper, to if we're talking about per square foot, then it depends in the location, just like everywhere, right? If we buy somewhere in downtown and we buy somewhere in the outskirts of the UK, then of course there's a big comparison. But I think it's a completely different market
Yeah.
to compare in terms of pricing.
What about ROI? I guess Dubai has the best ROI.
What I would say is Dubai is a great investment for somebody that is potentially looking for short term but is uncertain of the long term stability. That's my purely opinion. What I mean by that is if we look at the past, 2 decades, we've seen huge drops and huge spikes in the Dubai real estate market, right? Whereas in comparison, if we look at the UK in the past 100 of years, even in Corona, where of course we saw huge dips in Dubai, the actual record of people buying property in the UK actually increased quite drastically. And we also saw a slight increase.
Like I know in Dubai, like if you buy on let's say 750 plus, you get visas. Does this apply in the UK as well, like some privilege?
That's a very, very great question, because this is especially because of course a lot of the market that we cover is the GCC market, right? And a lot of people have invested in Dubai, now want to invest in the UK, and this is the first question they ask: do we get a residency? Is there a golden visa like Dubai, right? And the UK does not offer that. And the reason why the UK doesn't offer that is because the UK doesn't need anybody to go and live in the UK, right? We already have a huge undersupply of homes. And because of that, the investment for the UK is still amazing because there's a huge undersupply and there's a huge demand, right? Where in comparison to Dubai, the reason why the government is offering such incentives is purely because they need people to come in and invest. And the people that are investing through the Golden Visa are the ones that are pushing up the market as well as, of course, booming the economy. Right?
Fair enough.
Yeah. Lastly, just to wrap up on a good note, what advice would you give somebody that's looking to get into the real estate market? That's the first question. And secondly, what advice would you give somebody that wants to invest in Dubai?
Basically, first thing that I want people before buy, like to know is before you invest in property, you need to invest in your broker or consultant. This is a very important thing because, I mean, like the guy that is consulting you, he will be the reason that either you make money or you lose money. Correct?
Correct.
Second thing is you need to know your budget. Okay, like how much you are willing to spend, how much cash you have now. Are you going to buy like cash purchasement, or it has to be with payment plan? Things like this, basically. And you need to know the goal of purchase. Are you buying this to do a flip within a short time, long time, or it's just about renting? So if you know these 3-4 major things, you will be good to go. And then you start to go visit some options. Because I've seen like some people, like they come to the office, they don't know what they want. And this is wrong. Because the whole point of buying a real estate or buying a property is to have an additional income, right? It's like source of money. It's not about to buy and then to be in trouble. So that point has to be clear. And also you need to be fast decision maker in Dubai. Here you cannot wait for 1 month, 2 months, like after seeing something, because very fast everything is sold out somehow. This is one of the difference, by the way, I see with European or international clients, that they don't believe a building of 500 units gets sold out within hours. But this is Dubai. You've seen this. We've
100%.
seen this. Sometimes people, they fight on the unit. Like one of the crazy story that I have, it was a pre-launch of one of the projects. And then, you know, before launching any official project, we do things called pre-launch and expression of interest, right? So people, they start to come, put their interest, get their checks ready, passport and everything. And at one point we had like number of checks were more than number of units.
Wow.
Okay. And an agent came to me and he said, this is my 5th expression of interest. Make sure you give me my units, otherwise I will kill you. I swear he was like so serious.
This is what he said to you.
This is what he said to me. He said, if you don't give me my units, I will kill you. I have to give him. I couldn't lose my life.
Did he give the unit?
Yes.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for your time, Abdullatif. That was
welcome.
really very, very insightful. I also got to learn a little bit about yourself, multilingual self, the reason why you got into real estate, and I'm sure we have given plenty of gems, life gems, as well as gems into the real estate market in general. So jazakallah.
Most welcome, and I'm really happy that I did this podcast with you.
Yes.
And stay tuned for the next ones.
A pleasure as mine. Thank you.